Yo, what you want? Beak or jaws, feathers or fur, sharp teeth or feet with claws, whatever's preferred. Just kidding, every word in this song's about two grown men dressed up as a bird and a dog.
Welcome to the Wolf and Owl email special. We do listener questions and queries, and we try to help out if we can.
Romeshranganathan got the answers.
Tomdavis and Romeshranganathan. Could you stop at the Wolf and Owl station? We'll try our best to give you information. And integration to the Wolf and Owl for you.
So do your shoelaces up and pull your trousers up.
Okay, great. That was it. You reminded me a little bit of when those guys did Mysterious Girl on X Factor.
Oh my God! Can I
Move
say
your body? Come on, shake your body.
Can I say for the next football talk? I wasn't going to talk about this. I've tried to. No more of these the cheap, shitty football songs.
Okay, let's get this out in the open.
Okay,
we got Bellingham. It's coming back. I'm telling it. Why do you hate it so much?
I loathe it.
Why?
Because I just find it so fucking egg.
Aren't football songs supposed to be egg?
No, football's coming home. Three Lions, like the World in Motion. Like have something to it. Like the dance. I get it. You know what? I just found it really irritating. Do you know why? I'm going to tell you. The person who ruined
it's coming home. We're telling them. That's the bit that I found the worst. The shoulder.
The thing I found.
Oh yeah, that's bad.
The kick. The head. Yeah. There's a guy who was in maths, and he has done it before every game. And it got to the point where I was like, and we've not talked about the World Cup on here, and it's not because it's not a football podcast and so, but he was doing it before every match. And it got to the point I was like, I just hope we go out now. I can't have him doing this again. And for some reason, I was horror watching. I can't remember his name.
I think this is an interesting side of your character because people sort of think you're very happy-go-lucky, and you are, but occasionally things really wind you up.
Inanimate objects wind me up.
Okay, that's a harsh way to describe this guy, but... Whoa, we got Bellingham. It's coming home, we're telling them. We're Englishmen in New York.
We talked about this guy last time.
Oh, we've got Harry Kane. And he's going to score again. We're Englishmen in New York.
I can't. I don't follow him. He's one of those people. What irks me is it's like it doesn't feel like it feels like it's like a real drama school performance. It's all sort of like I'm like fucking settle down.
There is something that's been quite one of the positives I think about the World Cup is it has had sort of a unifying effect, hasn't it? Do you not think?
In what sense?
In the like we are probably more divided than we have been for a long time as a nation.
Yeah.
And that felt like whenever you have something like that, I felt like the same about the London 2012 Olympics.
Yeah.
It's like it injects a little bit of, I feel sorry for people that want to be nationally proud but feel like that has been compromised by discrimination and whatever you want to call it, politics or whatever. And so when you have the World Cup, actually, so somebody like you, who I would describe as a fiercely proud Englishman, right?
Yeah.
You might be, but you're also very sensitive and open-minded and, I think you don't like the other things that can be attached to that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So then I could imagine you going, I feel a bit uncomfortable about how patriotic I can appear.
Yeah, I think that's...
Because it has certain connotations.
But also
right?
there is what is England, and England is a diverse country. And that's the thing you're proud of, and especially when you watch that team go out and play.
Yeah.
So diversity is
but
there on the pitch.
But
I have more, like the thing I have with it is that, I think the negative connotations, which are, and you're right, I think it bonds everyone, and people like, what's lovely is, one of the games you're sitting there and you've got my mum and dad, Grace is watching, my wife, my family, and you're all watching together, and then you're going out and you're chatting to people who've all sat up and watched it, and it's a really nice feel, like you feel it's a coming together. You're also aware, though, in a very cynical way, of how long is that even going to last. You're aware that the thing that really painstakingly was a woman in my office who was going to watch the semi-final at a place, and I was like, and she's American, and I said, listen, you need to make sure, just be careful, because all of this evaporates very quickly when we lose, and it always will. And that's the thing. Having seen it and been around it, when England lose, it's not a nice thing. And that's the thing, that actually the coming together, unity and all that, which is really, really enjoyable, is forgotten very quickly. And then you're like, how do we bottle this, and how do we try and move forward with this as a thing? And you think there, and you watch someone like Jude Bellingham, who you feel massive pride in watching someone like Jude Bellingham, and what it means for Jude Bellingham to go out and what he then represents for the country. And then you hope that that's not just going to be something that is a 6-week window every 2 to 4 years. And I think the thing that really for me that is most apparent is how you turn around and go, okay, look, this is how things should be. It should be. It's nice. It's like, it is nice when you're in England and everyone's behind the team and everyone's into the team, and it feels like there's something that's bonding everyone. And let's not be naive. Like, there's still the people who are trying to pull that apart and twist that and whatever. That's always going to happen. But for the majority of people, that's a nice thing. It always just makes me sad when that's over. And it's not just over like a week later. It's very spontaneous.
But that's why I think it's really important. I think people need to remember is that, like, what you can all get behind is, we got Bellingham, it's coming home, we're telling them. By the way,
the guy singing it,
right? Big fan.
Yeah, it's great for him. But I'm like, and look, well done. You've come up with a cheeky little song, but these raps, and Jack Skipper and Jake, I can't remember Jake's set, they made a piss take one, which was genius.
Really good,
But they're these sort of like, they're always just, there's one guy that I'm watching doing it, and I'm like, I can't rap. I never will be able to rap. But he's literally just, I'd love to try and find him to show you. I'm like, none of this rhymes. And it's not like, go back and watch someone who could actually, to a beat, put together some work. Fleur East has done amazing ones.
I saw that, you shared it.
Yeah, I've shared it quite a lot.
Yeah.
Fleur East, shout out. One of the best things about this World Cup was Fleur East.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Great. You said it's between Fleur East and Messi for you, wasn't it? Right, should we look at some emails?
This has been, sorry, that was...
Like and subscribe, please. Okay, dear...
Like and subscribe and write in.
Dear wolfandowl, wolfowlpod@gmail.com.
Yep.
And this could be you. I'm about to read out. Could be you. Dear wolfandowl, I've never been the fittest or most handsome guy. I've never been the most confident either. Every year we book the obligatory family holiday to Mallorca or Costa del Sol. And every year I beat myself up that I haven't spent the interim working out or buying the most stylish of clothes in preparation for my half-naked day spent by the pool. Well, after hearing your podcast, I realise all men of a certain age feel the same way. And yes, there'll be the odd Uber dad with muscles rippling. But most of us are just normal people trying to make the most of our hard-earned time crisping up in the sun. This is just a small, genuine, heartfelt thank you. Thank you for providing me with the entertainment through my headphones poolside. Thank you for letting me know that it's okay to be me. God bless you both, and every success you have in life is a small win for normal people like me who have normal issues and hang-ups. Yours faithfully, the slightly red Irish wolf hound.
That's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's slightly awkward there. I was just slapping my leg and you thought I'd starting a round of applause.
I thought it was a little round of applause for a sweet email.
Tom, would you like to tackle this?
Someone sent me a picture recently, actually, of me on a lad's holiday, and in all the pictures, all my mates are sort of topless, and I'm in a t-shirt by the pool. I'm trying to think when I started. I think, if I'm going to be quite honest, I think when I carried a bit of weight, I was just like, oh, fuck it. No one really cares. I'm an overweight guy. And I probably just thought if I've got a couple of beers in my hand, I'll fall into a stereotype. I think really with Catherine and stuff, I think I've cared less. Not that cared less. I just don't. I think as well, you realise that no one's actually, for the most part, no one's looking around at the pool for someone to be horrible about.
Yeah.
And if they are, they're the. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's the hard truth. So I think for the most people, as this gentleman's saying, I think you're like, yeah, everyone just you don't want to be sort of staring. Or I think everyone, hopefully, for the most, and yeah, you'll get that. The guy that last year that I was on holiday with, he probably got stared at more than anyone. He was an incredible body, beautiful tattoos, everyday wore these really lovely black trunks, fucking good looking guy. Caused some eruptions around the pool. Let me tell you.
Mm.
And he could dive.
Yeah, it sounds like you might have been watching him quite a lot.
Behind some mirrored sunglasses. No, but Also, you don't want to pass on your anxieties and phobias onto your kids.
No, I mean, that's a big thing. But I think that actually, and I think we've said this before, but the truth is, and this is something you'd love to really get your head around, nobody gives a fuck what you look like on holiday. Nobody gives a shit. Everybody is worrying about their holiday, right? And understandably so. So the idea that anybody is paying you any mind at all for what you look like or whatever, they don't give a crap. And actually, it's weird. It's a form of narcissism. Yeah. It's a reverse form of narcissism to be really focused on how you look and stuff. People do not care.
We had someone in our group of friends who's not someone we associate now with for a number of reasons, but that person was someone we'd be around who would be quite evil and quite mean about people. You'd be away, or if you're out for dinner or whatever, they'd find people to be horrible about. Not people watching. We all do that. Everyone, we'd be like, this, and I think that always set me about being like, oh shit, is that what? And then
put it in your head.
Yeah, put in my head, but also that I made a sort of think, oh, people are like that. And then since that, and since sort of seeing what that person's really about and getting a close look insight into them, I kind of was, you know what, the thing is, for the most part, it's probably one of the most unhappy human beings I've ever known. And the way that they seek happiness is being quite mean and being quite horrible. And then actually you go, well, I'd sooner be the person you're laughing at who's just happily sitting by the pool or jumping in the pool and not really thinking about it, rather than someone sitting by the pool and just being nasty and vicious. And actually that viciousness and that nasty, that's just a sort of way of looking across at other people being happy and having a good time, and just there's almost an air of jealousy. So I think that was a life lesson for me. Yeah,
I mean, I think that it's slightly unfortunate that when I've said nobody gives a shit, you look like, you've immediately given me a story contradicting that completely. So it slightly undermines my advice. I'd love it if you'd give me a bit of distance before completely collapsing what I said.
I can't speak.
No. You got to speak the truth. You got to speak your truth.
I speak my truth all the time.
But I would say, I think that you do get people like that. But the thing is, like, I think blokes get caught up in this thing of like, and I know women do as well, but I'm talking about from a man's point of view here. Blokes get caught up in this thing of like, you've got to look absolutely ripped when you go on holiday. But like, the thing is, I sort of think to myself, well, why? If you're happy how you are, right? What is the tangible benefit of looking ripped on holiday? Why are you doing that? Because you want people to admire your body or whatever?
That's the thing.
I just don't like that logic. Psychologically, I don't think it's a healthy thing to aim for. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I sort of think the only person whose opinion I care about that really is mine and Lisa's, right? Yeah. And if we are both okay with how I look, then I don't think who gives a shit? Do you know what I mean? Like, and by the way, I'm saying that like it's really easy, but the addition to your happiness by caring less what people think about you, looks-wise, behaviour-wise, all of that, the addition to your happiness and contentment is so huge. Yeah. Like, you think about like the number of times you've not worn something that's a bit out there because you're worried about being embarrassed about it, or the number of times you've not enjoyed yourself at a water park because you're worried about how your body looks. It's all these things where experiences have been damaged and ruined because of your perceived understanding of how people are looking at you, how people are judging you. Yeah, who gives a fuck? And like, and like, I just think there is no net gain from doing that. I just think it's frustrating to me because I feel I'm guilty of it. But you could add so much to your happiness and contentment in life by liberating yourself. And it's as easy as going, you could wake up tomorrow morning and go, I've decided I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about me, right? And if you manage to do that, I'm telling you, like, I just believe you'd be so much happier in everything you do. Do you know what I mean? It's like
100%.
And I think,
by the way, this is very you're on Stephen Bartlett, and I'm in.
Well, I mean, I just think it's like, I sort of think about, say for example, like, you are somebody I look up to, fashion wise, right? Like, I really like what you wear and stuff like that. And there are times when you'll wear something that's like unusual or out there, right? That is something that there is a pressure to not do that. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes you might wear something that you think you buy something you think is really cool, and then you're about to get. I've had that thing where you buy something that's a bit out there. Have you ever had this where you're about to leave and you look in the mirror and you go, I don't know if I can pull this off. Do you know what I mean?
I had it with the socks today.
These socks.
Yeah.
See, these socks are fantastic.
But then I'm also, there's a part of me that we had a comment recently on one of our videos that we put out, and someone put, why the fuck would anyone listen to advice for a guy who's wearing a denim beanie? I was like, but why? Yeah, you know, when you just
do you know when I go and do the Saturday show on Radio 2?
Yeah.
If I get a comment on like when they post a social video of like, if I get a comment from somebody going, why is he wearing that? I consider that a victory.
Yeah.
Because I just sort of think like, as soon as you're wearing something remotely kind of nice, somebody will go, looks like he's wearing his curtains.
Yeah. But then without being, it's like, I was walking here, I was walking through Covent Garden and thought these builder lads walked past me. Bearing in mind, I'd worked in that world for a long time. And they walked past and all three of them were dressed in exactly the same clothes, right? Not a uniform, just the same, okay, we're safe in this look. And they walked past and they looked me up and down and then one went, pink trainers and them socks, and they sort of guffawed amongst themselves. I was like, yeah. You're just all completely you're confined by a look that you've got. Oh, we feel safe in this.
Yeah.
Like, it's sort of an air of bravery and sort of By the way, you know, when you talk about someone who's ripped, all I can think of is Ned Flanders.
Yeah,
Ned Flanders is the most beige.
So ripped.
But when Ned Flanders takes his top off, you're like, he's hiding that all the year round on holiday. But then Ned Flanders, you go, fucking hell, look at his body. Go over and have a chat and go, hey, by the way, swerve that, dickhead.
Yeah.
I'd rather be Homer.
So anyway, in answer to your question, in answer to your email, I'm glad that we've helped out in some way, but I would push it even further than that and like stop giving a shiny shit. I wish I could take that advice.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'll end this podcast and immediately become neurotic about what I'm wearing today. But anyway,
you look nice today.
Thanks, man. Thanks so much.
Actually, your socks are cool as well.
Thank you. Actually, Cass's dead socks.
Are they?
Yeah.
Hi, Wolf and Owl, Swan and Cat. These 2 months have been leading up to my first set of final solicitor exams that I now don't feel totally ready for. But in any case, I've achieved devouring at least 70% of your episodes and counting. It's always time well spent laughing like a mad woman while I listen to you two. What's the furthest you've gone to procrastinate or distract yourself from something important? Thanks for all the giggles, the distracted parakeet. I'm a terrible, at times I can be an awful procrastinator. And I would tell you now, I've had 12 deadlines for the book, and the procrastination that I have done. And by the way, the editor of my book is one of the loveliest men and is an absolute fucking diamond. And he listens to this podcast. But I would tell you, like, I've never felt less, it's important. I want to write it. I really want to do a good job. I don't know. It's the only thing I've ever done in my life where I write anything I write.
When you say deadlines for the finished product.
Yeah.
You've missed 12 of those.
Yeah, or like 12 beats of like
12 stages of that process.
Yeah, I miss it all the time.
Fine.
Because every time I write something, I'll go back to it and delete it.
Yeah.
I literally, if I was to show you the document, it's an empty one because there's nothing of. I literally sit, write, go, oh, that's good, and go back and read it and go, who would fucking read this? Who the fuck would read this? Right, and that's been now 2 years.
Yeah.
And I will, most things I'm pretty good. If I'm writing a script, I have a way of sitting down and I'll, you know, I'm tracked in. If I'm doing stand-up stuff, if I'm going through performance, with that, I cut a tree down the other day. There's a tree in my garden, and Catherine was like, "What do you think of that tree in the garden?" And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, I've never really thought about it. I'm just trying to do this stuff on the book." And she was like, "Okay." And then I went, "Actually, you know what? I'll do something about it." And then I Googled and spent like the morning or sort of a couple of hours looking at how I best take this tree down because the tree was dead. And then spent the rest of the day cutting it down, ordering a skip. Then the next day filled the skip with the tree, and then loads of other shit in the garden. I spent 2 or 3 days just doing gardening, and then went back to my laptop and thought, I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea like what the fuck this is. It's So that my procrastination of the book is by far like if I could now just get someone to come up to me and go, okay, this is what you've got to do. I'll go, okay, cool. But I have no idea what I'm doing. And every time I do something, and I don't mean it, I'm not saying this for, I literally will sit there and go, I found the thing I'm worst at.
My attitude towards procrastination has changed a little bit. Like I am, so I'm writing a stand-up tour at the moment, and
next year, all dates nearly sold out.
Pretty much, almost. Yeah.
I've still got a lot of dates on sale, a lot of tickets to be sold.
Is it possible for me to talk about my tour without you replugging yours?
Yeah, but can I just say, look, I know you've been at stand-up and you're fucking a big dog.
I'm not a big dog.
You are, but like, how soul-destroying it is. My stand-up's the second half of this year. I'm still hustling to sell tickets. Yours is fucking next year, and all I see is sold-out dates. I'm like, oh, this guy, there's a level difference.
There's not a level difference.
You know, like, people go, oh, you're going to do any promo for your stand-up. Well, this fucking guy doesn't need it.
I do. Second night at the O2 needs selling.
We've got 350 tickets that need selling.
And Hull.
Yeah.
Oh, Hull. Yeah.
Fucking Hull.
If you're wondering which of mine need selling, go on the website. All of
them. Anyway, when I used to write stand-up, I used to build in to my days that I would get distracted, right?
Right.
And then I started getting frustrated with the fact that I was getting distracted. I was like, this is eating too much time. And then I got annoyed with my brain for allowing myself to, for being like scatty or ADHD, whatever you want to call it. And then I realised, or one of the things that I've started trying to do now is actually the key for me is to set up a set of rules where you cannot be distracted. And what I mean by that is I'm talking about extreme things like giving my phone to Lisa and saying, do not give this back to me for 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
And like, and setting up a workspace and going, I don't want to be, nobody come and talk to me for the, whatever. And then you just sit. And a lot of the time, your brain is just going, you can get distracted, but there is not, but what I found is remove everything to get distracted by, so that actually the most interesting thing to do is write stand-up. Do you know what I mean? And I found that really works for me. And it's actually it is good. It has been better. And then the other thing I found is compartmentalizing how much work you're going to do versus when your day is over. And what I mean by that is I used to be like, if I'm writing stand-up today, 10 in the morning till 6 in the evening, I'm writing stand-up, right? The truth is that is unrealistic, okay? Because your brain will just turn to mush. So now, if I do, for me personally, it might be different for other people, if I do 4.5 hours of writing stand-up in a day,
so you'll do like an hour of a break, an hour, or like
I might do like an hour, but if I get carried away, or if I'm in, I might do a bit longer. But I'll do an hour and then I'll just sort of take a break or go and get a drink or something like that, then come back and do it. And sometimes you can feel it. You're right, the ideas aren't, the stuff that you're thinking about isn't as good. Do you know what I mean? I can feel when my brain's starting to fray around the edges. And I used to be like, no, but you've got to sit at this desk till whatever time, because otherwise you haven't made it. Now it's like, if I've done 5 hours of writing stand-up, not all in one chunk, if I've done 5 hours across the day, and I'm talking about like, maybe I do 2 hours in the morning, dick around for a bit, hour, dick around for a bit, 2 hours. If I do 5 hours, that is a fucking great day for me. And then that means that I can then dick around and do whatever I've earned the right to just shit around for the rest of the day. I can do whatever the hell I want, because that to me is a productive day. But for other people it might be different, but that's how I
with scripts I can, like, I'll sit there, I'll make sure, like, if I'm writing a script 7 out, 6, but like I'll go 9 o'clock start, like you, and stand up very similar.
Yeah.
Like the phone goes off. I don't have any, like, literally this is what, but the book is like, because I can sit and write a script and go, I know what I'm doing it. And at the end of the day, I'll look through the script and go, oh, that's not very good, but that's really good. Or that could work. I could do this, or I could put that there. And stand up, I'll go, okay, yeah, well, that wouldn't say that. But, the book, I've never and I mean this, 2 years. I've never once sat there and gone, "Oh wow, yeah, there it is." I literally will just delete everything.
But then have you? Because I had that thing when I wrote my first book. I would write a chapter, and then I come back to it later and I delete the whole chapter. So I reckon when I wrote my first book, I probably wrote 2 books worth of stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, well, I was just like, but then I know he's a bit of a controversial figure, but that Rick Rubin, that Creative Act book, one of the things it says in that, and actually one of the things it says in that about writing anything is as soon as you have to, I mean, this is so wanky now, but anyway, I've done a bit of reading. You have to delay your inner critic as long as you possibly can.
Yeah.
Right? So basically, the aim, and this is really difficult, is to write or create as much as you possibly can before you apply any kind of "is this good enough" thought to it, or who's going to read it. You've got to kill that guy for a little bit, or put that guy to sleep, right?
Yeah.
And then you just get that shit out there. This is what everything I'm saying here, I can't do. Right? I'm not saying I've nailed it, but that person you've got to put to one side as much as you can, and then once you've got it all out there, then you go, right, what's good here? Do you know what I mean? And that is one of the things, especially as we've got like low, when you have low self-esteem creatively, and your tastes and your abilities feel like there's a mismatch. We know what we like, but we don't know if we can create what we like. The problem is that as soon as you create something, you go, this is a piece of shit, and nobody can ever see this. And that is the bit you have to kind of put to sleep for a little bit. I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Or I think the easiest thing is to get a ghostwriter.
I don't know if I could do that.
Maybe I think you could, and I think if you do, don't tell me or anybody on this podcast. Okay, should we go to the next question?
Sweet Rummy Scummy, you're up.
Hello, fellas. I've recently been on a bit of a Muppets kick, watching the recent movies from my childhood and the new show. Being 21, it's probably not the most common interest, but it's probably because my late mother was a fan and showed me the old shows when I was growing up. My mother's tardiness aside, I was wondering what classic tale or movie you love would you like to see reimagined through the lens of the Muppets? This is a very specific question. Yeah. Crucially, which one character would be human? Or if you had one of your own projects Muppetified, which Muppet would play your character? My dead mum would love to hear your answers.
I'd like to see The Godfather actually be quite cool as Muppets.
Shout. Really good shout. Do you know what I think would be great?
Go on.
Pulp Fiction.
Oh, that would be sick. That would be 2 sick films. Who would you go? Godfather. Kermit would have to be Michael Corleone.
Yeah.
Gonzo as the Godfather Vito Corleone.
Yeah.
But who would you keep as a human?
Oh, wow. Probably Diane Keaton. But obviously not Diane Keaton now. It'd have to be someone else who steps into that role.
Yeah.
Charlize Theron. Oh, no, Jennifer Lawrence would be good.
Yeah?
Kay. Yeah. That would be, go on. Who would be the human role in yours?
Pulp Fiction.
I mean, Miss Piggy's got to be devastated if she's not playing Uma Thurman's character.
Yeah. Bruce Willis's character, I guess. What's his name?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Bruce Willis would be cool.
Zed's dead, baby.
Who? The Cookie Monster is the Ving Rhames.
Oh, Ving Rhames, yeah.
Yeah, that would be... The show for me, out of my work, is very easy. Murder and Successful for Muppets would be fucking sick.
Yeah.
And then whoever is the guest would be the human.
For mine, it would probably be from my shows, Weakest Link, probably.
Oh, the Muppets Weakest Link would be amazing. When you get, one episode?
Yeah. One episode, I'd be the human character in it.
Yeah.
We've got 8 of the Muppets.
You should do that as a Muppet special. Get old Jim, is it Jim Henson?
Yeah, the Muppets are banging down our door to come on the Weakest Link.
That would be sick.
I'd love that. I'd love to make that inquiry.
You should get someone. No, don't do it yourself because you'll look thirsty and a bit beggy. Get someone from production to do it. That would be fucking amazing.
Yeah, it would be. It won't happen.
This is the thing about it. Never say never. Like, you could literally, if that's your dream, make it happen.
Okay. It's not my dream. We're just triggered by this email.
That would be great. The Muppets Murder and Successful, I'd love.
Yeah, that'd be good. Muppets and Successful.
Yeah. I think, again, Gonzo would be a great sleep.
You'd be the human character.
No. You'd have the human be the guest. Your Gonzo would be sleep.
Yeah. Then finally, I'd get into an episode.
I'd love to. If we could bring it back, I'd love to get you in. Thing is, I don't know how we're so close now.
I know.
You know.
All right, thanks, motherfuckers, for all your emails.
Any more pictures or emails?
Yeah,
or
any nudes.
We've got
wolfowlpod@gmail.com. Send them in.
No nudes. By the way, thank you for everyone. The nudes have really quelled now. They've stopped.
wolfowlpod@gmail.com. We'll see you next time, bitches.
Hasta la vista, baby.
See you later. It's been the Wolf and Owl.
Yeah, honey.